Hello. Oh god. Hello, any people that happen to click on this video. It is currently 11:36 p.m. Wednesday, September 25th, as I am just starting this recording, and there is no school tomorrow for me because Hurricane Helene is hitting Florida right now. So, yeah, no school. And I have just randomly found myself incredibly fixed on the idea of talking about my video making process. If you somehow clicked on this and you don't know who I am, my main channel is Armsu. I make videos mostly just talking about games or whatever I want, really. And I'm, at the moment at least, I am a very extremely small channel. I have a little over 200 subscribers, so it begs the question, why are you making a video talking about your video making process? And that is fair, I suppose, but I have 3 reasons that is justifying me doing this right now at this time, because I am incredibly tired, but it sounded fun. So, 1, yeah, I just really want to talk. I want to share my ideas to the world, because if I make videos, what else do you expect from me? 2, if I have this for myself, this is a nice basis for me to, come back in a year and just see, oh, okay, how much have I improved from how I used to do things? How am I doing it now? Is it still the same? Am I still terrible? Or have I made strides? Have I gained new methods that I didn't know before? Have I learned the true root of happiness and made better videos? So, it's just nice to have this as little archival purposes to just come back, check in, and see. That's always nice to have. I like documenting good chunks, or just chunks of my life in general. That's why I still have notebooks all the way from 3rd grade, I think. And 3, I have learned, no matter how small of a channel you think you are, no matter how little of an audience you think you have, there will always be somebody who is incredibly curious on you and only you, and I know that because I am typically that person. I can name many instances where I find a channel, some random small channel, I like their content, and I'm just like, man, I wonder how they did this, that, I wonder what their room setup is. Just, you become really curious about them. They become your little fixation for a week or something, maybe longer. And so, there's probably one person in the world, someone out there, maybe it could be my friend, maybe it could be somebody that I've never met before, but they might just really want to know, how does Armasu do it? How does he make these just true masterpieces? And, I don't want to leave that person hanging, so this is for you. So that's why this exists. If you can't tell already, I am incredibly bad at non-scripted content. I can feel myself blushing right now. This is extremely out of my comfort zone, but like I said, I wanted to make this because it's fun. So, yeah, the process. The absolute first thing, unsurprising to really anybody, I have bullet points here. You have to come up with an idea for a video to make. And that sounds pretty easy, and it is most times. I have a whole document on video ideas that I have, but you can't just let anything in. I feel like, first and foremost, just recognize what you're trying to do here, right? I'm not sitting here trying to make a career off YouTube or anything. I'm trying to have fun. Maybe if that ever happens, that would be really cool. I wouldn't be complaining, but I'm not trying to be what is the best possible way to best the algorithm, to get those views, get those likes. I'm not about that. So I'm making videos for myself, but at the same time, I still want it to be entertaining, because if I didn't, then I wouldn't post it on YouTube. So it has to be something that I feel is at least entertaining. So, would someone actually want to hear this? Just some random person. Would I want to hear it? Yeah. So that's the first thing. And then, but I also like it if it can be something unique. So a video that I made just for me, really. There's 2 examples at the moment, at least, and what I'm calling Season 1 of Armasu, is removing games from my life in April 18th. Those are videos that I just made for me. I think they're entertaining. I don't think people really care, but at least it's entertaining. I like it for the videos that are, like, actually important, like the 9, 8, 10-minute ones. I try to get an idea that I feel is unique, that I haven't seen done on YouTube that much. So, for example, my console startups video, I didn't scour the internet looking for people rating, going over console startups, but from what I searched, I didn't see anything about it. So I was like, oh, okay, this is something that I do want to talk about, and I haven't seen anyone else do it, so might as well. Or like, what's another one? That's really it. I mean, quick thoughts on BFB's teams. I mean, people talk about the teams all the time, but they've never been quick thoughts, so I don't know, you could call that unique. But yeah, those two things are important, trying to make it unique, trying to make it entertaining. And then it also has to be something that I can actually do at the moment. That's the last step, because I'm 16, you know, I live with my parents, and I'm very fortunate to have all that I have, but it's still a decently limited arsenal, so I can't go hog wild. I can't be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, I don't know, film at a nuclear silo. I'm gonna go to a trampoline park for this random idea. I'm gonna rent out a bowling alley. Obviously, I can't do that. I have to stay within the reaches of what do I actually have at the moment, and what, with the tools that I have, like the technology, what can I make? Because I can't, like, I don't have, like, After Effects, for example, so I can't be like, I'm gonna be like Marquez Brownlee, and I'm gonna talk about, I don't know, I'm gonna make a really cool transition or edit or something, or I'm gonna talk about video editing styles, and I'm gonna try to mimic Vox. I can't do that. Not only do I not know how to, I literally don't have the resources to do it, at least at the moment. So yeah, the video idea, I have plenty of ideas at the moment, and a lot of them do fit those three criteria, so it's not like I'm strained, at least at the moment. I'm lucky because I've just started actually caring, so I have a very big selection at my choice on what to make. And then I'm not saying everything I ever make will always follow those. Again, first and foremost, try to make something, like, for me. I shouldn't really fully care. I'm like, what would the common person on YouTube want to watch? Like, no, this is my channel, so make something that I'm actually going to care about. But if it can hit those bullet points, then that's pretty nice. And so then, obviously, once you have the idea, you have to write the script for that idea. This part is normally the part that takes the longest, because it is hard to take an idea that you have, that you know you're interested in, you know that you could ramble on and on about it, but having an interest and being able to talk about it to somebody, like, in a conversation is entirely different from taking that and turning it into a digestible video for anybody to watch. Because that's, if you're posting it on YouTube, that's probably your goal. You want to make it so that somebody else can watch this and understand what you're talking about, understand your points. You can't just ramble on and on. Like, physical or digital games, that took me, like, oh god, nice voice crack, not a week to make, or to write the script on, but it took a while because I knew what I wanted to talk about, but it was just hard to get it from, like, jumbled up, rambled thoughts in my head into something that is presentable. It's like when you have to write an essay, you know everything that you want to write about, you know your key points, but then it's structuring it into, okay, introduction, bam, 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 conclusion. That's the hard part. So writing the script is sometimes it just flows. Like, I'm trying to think of an example. I think, obviously, for the shorter videos, you know, again, April 18th, removing games, those ones came easily. I'm just thinking of random stuff. Like, it doesn't need to be much coherency to it. I can just say whatever I want. That's the great part. And, you know, I think buying games online, I can't remember, but I think that one was very easy to make. I don't remember particularly having any issue with that. But yeah, like, quick thoughts on BFB teams especially. That one, I don't know what it was. It just, I don't know if people like that video. I don't think I did a very good job. But yeah, it's just hard to write a quality enough script sometimes, but you manage. And I like to keep it at the moment very to the point what I'm talking about. I don't think I make my videos extremely jokey. If you've ever watched Got the Waz, you can tell my videos are very reminiscent of his style, but it's definitely more so the earlier stages where he wasn't, like season 1, where there wasn't as many jokes. It was more so just, here I'm someone presenting information. That's kind of how I like to do it, right now at least. I'm not really focused on trying to be funny, mostly because I'm not. So don't try to be what you're not. I just want to talk about stuff that interests me, so I don't really, if I think of something, if there's something that I do think I'm like, okay, yeah, this is funny, I'm gonna put it in. I have a couple jokes, but that's not, the main goal is just present some information. There you have it. I'm not, no real thrills, although the monotone voice, I look back every time I make a new video, and I look back at how I read it out. I think I'm just starting to get better at it, but I really do not show any sort of emotion. That is not on purpose. You can ask my friends. I swear I have emotions. All right, it's not portrayed well when I'm reading my scripts, but I'm trying. So yeah, that's the script portion. That part normally takes the longest. After that, you have the part that takes the second longest, and I merged 2 of these parts together here because they're kind of go, like, I'm trying to order this and how I actually do things, but after those first 2, it's kind of, it's anyone's game. I gather the footage I need, and I record the lines I need. So probably as of recent, it's normally I record the lines first because I can just get that out the way. I record in my closet. It's a very common tactic used, because if I'm recording my lines outside, not only can my family hear me more easily, which is very embarrassing, but yeah, it's just terrible audio quality. In here, it's not incredible by any means. You can tell I'm just using my iPad mic. I'm just using the Final Cut built-in mic, or the little microphone feature that you use, because that's just the simplest. I intend on getting a mic at some point, but it's fine. Yeah, the clothes diffuse the sound good enough, whatever. And then I have to get footage, and this part, since there's multiple different factors to it, so you have the in-person shots, screen recording, drawing, and gameplay. Those are, I think, those are what I use most often in my videos. Not every single video has all of those elements, or if maybe one video has mostly screen recording and not a lot of gameplay, one video has mostly gameplay and not a lot of drawings. Most of them don't have a lot of drawings, but but yeah, that's what I normally need. One of all of those 4, or just bits and pieces of it. The in-person shots, I consider in-person shots just anything that I can capture by just grabbing my phone. I currently at the moment have a Pixel 7. Just using the phone and pointing it at something. I have a very cheap little tripod I got from Five Below. Works like a charm. I've had one of those before and it broke. I can't wait for the Five Below one to break too. But yeah, I either literally just hold the camera with my hands if it scene so calls for it, or I just put it into that tripod and I can just point and shoot at whatever I want, whether it be something on the floor in front of my bookshelf, myself. Those shots are a blessing. They are incredibly easy. It may take a while to get all of them that I need. It may take like 20-30 minutes, especially if I have to actually talk in person. Like, what's it called? My latest video, how do I forget the name already? Best Expenditures. That I literally had to retake those scenes like 4 different times. Not all of them, but different pieces, because I I said the line and then looked down too quickly right after saying it, rookie mistake. Or I remember when I said, so please enjoy or something at the beginning. The first time I did that, had that issue where I looked down too quickly immediately after, and then I re-recorded it in the morning, but then the lighting looked entirely different, so it looked ugly. So then I re-recorded it again when it was nighttime. So I went in and out of that suit like 5-6 different times, but I'm rambling. Point is, in-person shots normally, those are fine. Love those. They're the easiest. Screen recording, also not that hard. You know, I'm just clicking a button. I don't know what it is. Something about it mentally is more annoying than the in-person shots, even though in every sense of the way it's easier. But, you know, those are also, like, I'm fine with you guys. You know, I have no issue. That's how I get for, games that I can't capture with the Elgato at the moment, like handhelds, PS3, retro consoles. I feel bad about it. I don't know if they actually care. I do credit though. I don't know if I'm going to the pits of hell, but yeah, I just screen record footage of like other people playing the game that's posted on YouTube. I look up like, oh, Banjo-Kazooie long play, and there you have the footage. So I'm like, okay, sweet, I can just use this because I can't capture it. So yeah, screen recording is fine. Then you have drawing. Normally not a lot of drawing in my videos. I'm not an artist, so, you know, it'll be like quick 1 second thing that I do it all on Ibis. So yeah, I'll just include that for a second. I think it adds a little bit of spice to my videos. I would have loved if younger me actually kept up doing art, because my art has not improved in the past 6-7 years because I just stopped doing it. And so, yeah, but that's all fine. That's why I don't draw that much, though. Like, there are times where I'm writing the script, and I'm like, okay, this should probably be a drawing shot, but if I can think of something easier before when I'm actually, like, editing it, I will change it. That happens most of the time, so sometimes I do get lazy, because I don't like drawing, because I'm bad at it, but maybe I'll improve over time. And then the last one is just gameplay footage from my sister's Elgato, and this one is really annoying because of the way that just my technology is set up, because my setup is iPad, phone, and laptop. You know, you can't Elgato to a laptop or to a iPad, at least not to my knowledge. So, you know, I have my cheap laptop that I literally only use for capturing gameplay footage. It does not run great, but for some reason it can capture 1080 60 FPS video perfectly. So you know what? You're fine by me, buddy. But yeah, I have it, I plug it up, and it's just annoying because it's like, okay, I like to have diverse, at least within a video, you know, I have a limited game collection, so if you watch all my videos in succession, you're gonna be like, or just if you watch them all in general, you're gonna be like, okay, well, he keeps using footage from the same games. Look, man, I'm doing my best, alright, kinda. But, so yeah, I try to, because of that, I'm aware of that, I try to get footage from, like, differing games, so I'm like, okay, I haven't used, I don't know, Kirby and the Forgotten Land footage in a while, let me just start playing that. Because what I used to do before I had the Elgato, I only really had Switch footage, because I would just use the 30-second screen capture feature and then do the rigmarole of saving it to my device. That's more annoying than just using Elgato. But Elgato's still annoying, because once I've got it done, it's saved on my computer. I edit on my iPad. So, then I have to, from my computer files, I have to send it to my Google Drive. Then it's like, okay, if you keep sending a bunch of video files, like hours of gameplay, once you add it all up, that is a lot of storage. So I've had to upgrade. I went from 15 gigs to 100 gigs, so I bought Google One, and now I'm at 200 gigs, and I'm currently, like, 85% filled up on that, so I'm probably gonna have to switch soon again, and unless I get, like, actually fix my setup. This is what I mean when I say in a year from now this is gonna be entirely different. I hope it is. So then from Google Drive, I save it from Google Drive on my iPad to the actual Photos app on my iPad, which I also have iCloud, so it doesn't take up like actual storage on my device. It's just all on iCloud, fortunately. And then I put it from iCloud to, what's it called? Final Cut. Or, from my Photos to Final Cut. So, it's just a tedious process. It's just annoying. It's fault of my own, because I don't have, what's it called? Adobe Premiere Pro. One day, things will be different, but right now, it's really annoying. And then, but yeah, that's pretty much it as far as getting footage goes. It's just all those things. You know, once again, I record in the closet, and bada bing, bada boom. After that, it starts falling into place a lot more easily. Audio editing, there's nothing special to say about that. I'm not very quick at it. It's very drab. You know, you can't listen to music. Not that I really listen to music that much when I'm doing most of these things anyways, but, you know, it's just, you're sitting there. Well, I mean, you can kind of listen to music, because when I'm audio editing, I'm also picking what music I want to use in the background, which I will say is probably the most fun part of video making. I won't even lie to you. Just picking background music. I love that. So, I have that to look forward to with audio editing, at least. Clip editing, kind of same deal. Not much to say. It's just put the right clip where it belongs. You know, I just listen. Okay, what's this voice line? Oh, okay, I need this piece of footage that I gathered. Most times, I will say, I finish my scripts, and then I normally don't work on the video for, like, I don't do anything with it for, like, a day or two. So when I'm actually, after those 2 days, when I'm like, okay, let me actually start getting the footage for this, I normally forget everything that I need, because I'm not going to read through the whole script again. I'm just going to listen to it on the video. So, yeah, I normally have to, while I'm clip editing, I normally have to go back and record more footage, which is annoying, but again, that's just my own fault, because I'm very inefficient with the process right now. So, yeah, but eventually, the whole video is put together in Final Cut. You know, I use Final Cut right now, used to use iMovie. I pay $5 a month for Final Cut. It's fine. On iPad, I haven't learned all that it has to offer. So I'm still working on that, but Final Cut, you can just do way more in it than iMovie, and I honestly think, despite it being objectively more complicated, it's, like, oddly more easy to use than iMovie, because iMovie just does, like, you know, it's the simpletons, like, editing app. That's how Apple sees it. They treat you like a baby, so it's like, oh no, when you import this photo, obviously you automatically want kin burns on it, and even if you toggle it off, you still have to reshape it to fit the entire screen. Obviously, that's what you want. So yeah, iMovie is just, it's just annoying. It's bothersome. But yeah, eventually the whole thing is edited in Final Cut. I save it, and then normally what comes last is doing the thumbnail. Sometimes I do it before I'm finished with the video, but most times I postpone it because, like I said, I am not an artist. So I'm very, I wouldn't say self-conscious about, like, you posting a thumbnail, you know, because I could just, I'm surrounded by incredible artists. You know, I have one of my best friends, they're an artist. My lovely partner, they're an artist. They did the Arma Services Plus thumbnail. That came out amazing. My sisters are both artists. Like, I have options, but I'm stubborn, and I feel like, okay, but if I'm outsourcing that to somebody else, one, I'd feel the need to pay them, and I don't want to pay them. I just don't. And two, it feels like, even though I did the whole video, if I have someone else make the thumbnail, it feels like, one, it feels like false advertising, and two, it feels less like my own product. Because it's like, okay, the thumbnail is kind of like the cherry on top, so it's like, in the grand scheme, like, I baked the whole cake, and they just added, like, the icing in the cherry. But it's like, I want that icing in that cherry, you know? I don't think it should be, like, our cake, like, me and who made the thumbnail. I feel like it should be my cake. Not that I would never have someone else do the thumbnail, you know? I have quote-unquote big ideas, or I have like a quote-unquote special planned that may or may not actually happen, Armisu is not gonna do the thumbnail for that. I'm gonna get probably my partner to do it, because they're better at art than me, and so it's gonna be I want that to be the best it can possibly be, so I would just have them do that. But for the average Joe Schmo videos, I feel like it should be me making the thumbnails. That's just my personal preference. I'm stupid. That's just how it is. But yeah, once I do the thumbnail, I'm like, okay, thank God it's done, because given how I've just described this, you can probably imagine I'm not the most effective at this process yet. I haven't streamlined it to be the best I can possibly be, and taking multiple month-long breaks after saying, oh yeah, I'll try to upload weekly, doesn't help either, because I fall out of the groove. So normally it takes me like 5-6 hours start to finish, like from first starting to gather footage to actually finishing. Normally it takes me that long to actually like get a video done, and by that point it's like 11-12 a.m. sometimes on a school night, and so I'm like, I just want to get this done. So the thumbnails, if you look at my current most recent video, the expenditures one, that thumbnail, that is a prime example of, I just want to do something easy. I had more robust, rambunctious ideas, but I want to make it easy for myself. So, do the thumbnail, upload it to YouTube, with the thumbnail, put the description, add a little note talking about, I put a little dumb description, and then I add a little note, at least right now, about like, oh, how I feel about it right now, how I went about it, it's just in case anybody cares. And then, I had the music that I used, and specifically, I try to, at the moment, I keep saying at the moment, as if I didn't preface with all of this that it's currently, but, I try to upload my videos at or around 6 to 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, because since I don't know why, I just started this year dating my videos at the beginning. I put the date, and 6 a.m. Standard Time is the time where almost every single country in the world is in the same day. Because American Samoa, it just, at 6 a.m., it just turned the next day for them. It's 12 a.m. for them. New Zealand, it's 11 p.m. And I think the only country not within the same day at that point is Kiribati. So, yeah. I don't know, I just really like doing that. At the very least, sometimes Australia and New Zealand will lose me, but I try to at least post my videos to where the date I put at the beginning is the same date for me as it is in Japan, because that's where I used to live. I am now not in Japan, I'm in America. So, yeah, and that's where a lot of my friends watch my videos. So I'm like, well, if I'm gonna date my videos, I gotta at least make it look good for them. I don't want it to say, I messed up with the physical or digital games video. That came out like, I think 10 minutes after the next day had passed in Japan. I was so ashamed of myself. So, I just try to. I've only succeeded really like properly once with my latest video. I was out at 6 a.m. on the dot because I used the little scheduled thing that YouTube has where you can schedule it to go public. Probably gonna start doing that a lot more. So that was nice. And yeah, that's basically, at the moment, the entire process. There's a few other things, like just random stuff. I try not to curse in my videos that much. I've put like, I think I put the S or F word like in writing in one of them, and I've said hell. But yeah, and I ask my friends, I curse a lot in person, in everyday conversation. I shouldn't, but I do. But in my videos, it's like, okay, I think to myself, my parents don't watch my stuff. I almost did it, son. They don't watch my stuff, but I'm like, okay, if they did, they would be mad at me if they caught me swearing. So what if I just don't do that? And also, I'm not by no means am I trying to be like, oh, I'm a kid's YouTube channel. No, like I don't think any child would ever care about Armisu's post. But in case they do, you know, I don't want it to be like, I don't want Mummy to get mad at them because he said the no F word. You know, and you know, it's unnecessary in most cases. You know, it's like I don't need to add an expletive just cause. You know, so yeah, there's that, and then also, before I make a video, I like to, I don't know why, I like to tidy up my room at least a little bit and clean myself, especially definitely if I am like doing an in-person shot that shows me like talking to the camera. I will have bathed at some point in that day. Like, you will never catch me greasy in front of the camera. I don't even think it would be able to pick it up. It just feels gross, you know? Like, I wanna feel well maintained for the set. It's just a random little thing. But yeah, that's really it. That is the current process of how Armasu goes about things. I have been sitting here for 31 minutes, I believe, in my closet. So, exciting times. Yeah, if you actually did watch this all the way, you are probably 1 in a million, 1 in a billion, maybe even. So, congratulations to you. Thank you very much for listening to me ramble. And yeah, I think that's it. Hopefully I didn't miss anything extreme. Sorry if I went on and on at some points. I thought I would be a lot more organized with this, because I did have a little like checklist to go off of, but I think I kind of went off the rails at some points. So sorry about that. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and as always, take care.